Hello again everyone, it's Sean from Retro Games Revived, and I found a little bit of time just to make a response video to try and get this right. David Retro plays games badly, Birstall, something like that. I've only just subscribed to his channel. I have actually seen other YouTubers doing response videos to a topic that he recently posted on one of his videos about 5 genres or styles of game that you hate. You know, in for a penny, in for a pound. I might as well do one myself. Hopefully I've picked up on a few that haven't been mentioned already. I'm going to kick off with the first one, which is it's going back to the 8-bit computers, and I never really took to these. I've written down text-based adventures, but it could even be graphical adventures as well. I mean, back on the Spectrum and the Commodore, the graphics weren't that clever anyway. Basically, text-based adventures, they'll give you a description and you have to somehow work out how to get through the game. And my problem was always, I weren't clever enough. I weren't clever enough to work out how to do them. And I relied on the very simple, basic commands that the game usually offered. Look around, north, you know, with compass points, open door, etc, etc. However, some didn't offer you a full list of instructions or commands that the game could use, and a lot of the time you were just left to try and work out yourself what commands were recognised by the software and the game to advance. I just couldn't do them. These have always been one of my pet hates, particularly text-based adventures. The graphical ones, alright, they offer you a little bit of an idea of the scene that you're in, but like I said, the graphics were very basic anyway, so it required you to use your noggin and you know, imagine what your surroundings are. I don't like that. I like to see what I'm actually looking at. I've actually made a little satirical animation. Here it is. So we've got a description. You awaken to find yourself in a dimly lit room. Only a small halogen bulb which is set flush into the ceiling illuminates the grey drab walls. The first thing to grab your attention is a festering dead pig in the middle of the room which is emanating a foul smell. There is a small safe in the corner of the room and a door on the north wall. Ah, well, obviously this is easy, isn't it? First of all, we need to explore, so let's open the door on the north wall. Yeah, okay, I mean, that's usually what happens in these kind of games, yeah. It needs a key to open it, so the key's going to be in the safe. Let's go to the safe and look in there. Yeah, well, yeah, of course it is. It's not going to be that easy, is it? Okay then, I reckon the key must be inside the pig. You know, somebody's setting us up, aren't they? It's like on them Saw films, it's a game. So let's eat the pig, and once we've got through all that meat and fat, I'm sure we'll find the key inside its carcass. Well, you're telling me I'm not hungry, but you know, this thing's obviously a matter of life and death. I need to get out of this room, this locked room. So yeah, I am. Well, I'm telling you I am, and you know, now I've got a computer that's been pedantic. Let me tell you, I am damn hungry and I need to get out of there, and I'm getting a little bit fed up of not knowing what to do next. So let's kick the door down. I don't know, pick up the safe, jump on the pig, climb inside the pig. I can't do this anymore. Help! What? The key to the safe is in your pocket? Oh, are you kidding me? And that just sums it up. Basically, you know, you could be there spending hours typing something different in, you know, and it just used to frustrate the hell out of me. What do you need to do? What have you got to do? And usually, many a time I've looked at topics online about old adventure games, and what you had to do were just really cryptic. In fact, it kind of translates and evolves into the point and click adventures. Sometimes they were the same, they were just so cryptic that, you know, how the hell would you know to do that, to use that, with that, to open that, you know, mainly text-based adventures. They just weren't for me. Actually, there used to be a software program called something like Graphic Adventure Creator, GAC. I actually did have a go at that, but it had its own kind of programming language, and again, I weren't clever enough to learn that. But yeah, that's my first hate. Secondly, and I imagine this is quite a popular genre of game that people dislike. I'll give you some clues. Tennis, football, cricket, sports games. Just not me at all. I hated PE at school. I didn't really like any form of sport. I wasn't very good at any kind of sport except table tennis. That's about as clever as I got, or as skillful as I got. Table tennis, or ping pong, as it's known in other parts of the world. Don't get me wrong, I have played the FIFAs, albeit not for very long. I usually have a quick bash on them. I just cannot do them. Tennis games, I mean, I enjoyed the tennis game on the Wii Sports, but I mean, that's more to do with the quirkiness of the controller. Cricket, I mean, most of the sports, anyway, I haven't got a clue on how to play them. Don't know the rules or anything, so sports games, I'm afraid, really don't float my boat. And alright, technology has advanced, the games have advanced, but to me, not in a good way. Alright, we've got more realistic graphics, and for me, the simplicity of them has gone. I mean, international soccer on the Commodore 64, and most of the games around that time, around that era, we had up, down, left, right to control the player, and we had one fire button to kick the ball. And I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that, because you kicked the ball in the general direction of where the goals were, or whatever kind of sports game that you're playing. As in football, you got near the goals, made a shot, and hopefully it went in. Hopefully you pointed it in the right direction, really. But nowadays, there's just too many techniques that you can do in a game, especially with the football, overhead kicks, you know, headers, flying headers, and all that. It just baffles me. And to be honest, even with the FIFAs, the new generation FIFAs, I still tend to run with the ball in one of 4 directions and kick it upfield, and hopefully that another player will catch on to it. I really can't get into them. So that's my second category, sports games. Third one is, again, it's from the 8-bit era, and the magazines and media used to rave about them. Even today, people rave about this software house, and to get the full collection, the prices have gone through the roof, and I just never really liked the games, and I never really got why they were so revered. I'm talking about Ultimate Play the Game. Yeah, there are a lot of fans of Ultimate Play the Game, but I'm not one of them. The games were rock hard, actually. A Tick Attack, Sable, I thought they were really hard, difficult. I've actually watched playthroughs online, and I thought to myself, there's no way I could have played them to completion. I mean, as with a lot of old games, they have a lot of respawning enemies. You know, as soon as you've killed one, there's no one comes straight back on screen. and that is a separate argument, but that is another pet hate of mine. Respawn anyway, and got plenty of them in their games. They're isometric games, you know, Night Law. No, they just didn't do it for me. And not so much the games, but just the hype surrounding Ultimate Play the game. In my opinion, I don't really think they're that good, or were that good. They went on to become Rare, working with Nintendo, and again, sorry, but I never really got the hype again around their relabeled software name. Just didn't cut it for me. So that's the third hate for me, is Ultimate Play the game. Fourth hate, I'll give you some clues. We've got Buzz, we've got SingStar ABBA, and we've got Dance Star Party. Games that use some kind of gimmicky peripheral that you use with, and usually these kind of games are aimed at young kids, and I hate them. I really hate them. You know, you've got the dancing one, this one uses the PlayStation Move. I've never used that. I've never had one, I don't think. Previous consoles use the dance mats. This uses a microphone. This uses the Buzz controllers. I hate it. I just hate games that use the peripheral, the extra bit of hardware. It's just gimmicky. I just find it all gimmicky and short-lived. The only games actually that use the peripheral well, and that's only because it was part of the console, was the Nintendo Wii. But even then, I still found a lot of the games just gimmicky. Wario's Smooth Moves, a great game, but I used to play that with my daughters, and the longevity of gameplay just didn't last. After so long of doing the same motion, alright, it's probably one of the most accurate forms of sensor that we've seen on a console. You know, so sometimes it was still off the mark, and you almost kind of felt cheated out of losing a life or whatever, because it didn't pick up properly what you were doing. It's same with the singing games. I mean, again, I used to play them with my daughters, and I'm a terrible singer, and sometimes singing into the microphone, the software were making out like I'm some kind of brilliant pop star, and I'm not. And it's just a gimmick. And to be honest, I can't remember playing any kind of these games for a long time. They were just short-lived fad, if you like. That's my fourth hate, and that's any kind of game that uses some kind of hardware or peripheral to go along with it. And lastly, this one's in retaliation to you, Mr. David Retro Play Games Badly Burstall. You hate Sonic. Alright, I can see where you're coming from. The speed of it, sometimes, you know, it defeats the object of a platformer. And you preferred Mario. I hate Mario. I dislike Mario. I've been racking my brains as to why I dislike Mario. It obviously stems from the fact that I was in the Sega camp back in the days of the great console wars of Nintendo and Sega, and yeah, I was come on Sega. And when I thought about it, it's probably a little bit of jealousy, because let's face it, I wanted Mario to fall flat on his face, but every single game that came out featuring Mario, it was done brilliantly, and unfortunately They never fell flat on their face, didn't Nintendo. But I kept willing them, no, this is going to be crap. This next one's going to be crap. They're gonna mess up. Any time now they're going to mess up. And they didn't. And I still prefer Sonic games over Mario. I do prefer the more fast action pace of the Sonic games. Although I'm not into whizzing, so he flies off screen, you can't see what's happening. I like to keep track of where Sonic is, so I don't really zoom about all over the place. But even so, I do like Sonic. I like Sonic's attitude. I mean, Mario, come on, he's a fat Italian plumber. There's no character there. Sonic, he's a badass hedgehog. So yeah, that's my response video, David. I enjoyed making it actually. The animation took me all day to to make, but yeah, I had fun doing it. So that's it for now. And I'm actually thinking of doing. I think somebody else mentioned. I think it might have been Pete Fighter 2. He mentioned doing the flip side of it. Genres he absolutely love. So I might do one of them as well. It's been a pleasure talking to you all again, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.